Fantus Maximus here. So I took some notes and learned up a little bit on these new AI agents, and I thought I'd kind of share what little knowledge I do know about them. Um, so an AI agent is 100% autonomous. It needs no human intervention. It can run completely on its own. They can do everything from automating, you know, your dog's grooming appointments. They can call and schedule appointments for you. They can do all sorts of stuff. It's really quite amazing. You know, there's a lot of really good things that can come from this. There really is. But there's also some threats that I want to discuss with you as well. Um, so the big thing is what everyone's worried about is losing their jobs. And yeah, that's scary. Like, you go to Walmart and there's the self checkout machines now, and out of like all 20 of them, there might be one or two cashiers actually open, and the rest is automated. And they got like one or two people standing at the entrance to where you go in to do the self checkout, and they're there to kind of watch and help people because they're confused because there's so many different checkouts to go to, but it has a possibility of freeing us from like our 9 to 5s, and could like eventually make us like, what are we gonna do with all this free time we have now? Well, you know, as a human species, we always have adapted, and we've adapted well. So maybe we come up with new creative things and new inventions, and there's all sorts of things. I mean, imagine having to not go to work ever because now they got these agents doing everything, right? It sounds great, it really does. But at the same time, it's scary because how are you going to get money? How are you going to get paid, right? Well, there's also, they've been talking about like this world coin, like a world basic income, to where like everyone will receive the same pay and it will be enough to live on. You may not live well, but it would be enough to live on. It'd be like living on like a social security check, probably, I can imagine. But with that, you could also still make extra money doing side jobs and side hustles, right? No jokes. Don't, no jokes. Um, yeah, so, and this stuff is slowly creeped up on us in our lives. Think about it. Siri, that's AI. Alexa, same thing. Um, it's been in our lives now, and that's what makes this whole thing unsettling because it's been there this whole time, but we really didn't pay attention until now. And now they have these agents coming out that can completely replace like 70% of the jobs. There's some manual jobs like a house framer or a plumber, stuff like that. But you know what? All they got to do is invent a robot that can actually do these things, and then those jobs are gone too. You know, if you watch any kind of streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, TikTok, they all have algorithms, and we know this because how come all of a sudden when you're scrolling through your stuff, it's only stuff you're interested in. But like if you go on and start a new account, it's weird shit you'd never be interested in, right? And so it went from that to like chatbots. So then we got chatbots. It's like Chat GPT 4.0 Mini, or like Claude, Sonnet, Copilot from Microsoft is a good one. Claude Opus. I don't know. There's so many of them, and they've really done a lot of good stuff. I think those things. They put any information or knowledge that you would ever want to know right at your fingertips instantly. And they become advanced enough now where you can like literally hold a conversation with them for you could talk to them about anything. They could be your lawyer if you wanted to, if you wanted them to. But the difference, of these agents, they're different. They're very different. It's a whole different ball game, and it might come with some fun bells and whistles and whatnot, but it's not all fun and games. There's a high potential for catastrophic and epic failures while implementing these new agents because they're not perfect. They run on electricity. If electricity fails and you have these things in control of all the electricity grids or all the financial money systems and they go out, what are you going to do? It's scary. It really is. And since we got a new president, he's all in. He is 100% all in. They did a $500 billion drop into this new agents thing, and they started a thing called Stargate. And they're going to cure cancer with it. They got all these like buzzwords that people want to hear about. But what they don't tell you is what would happen when they don't work, right? It's not, like I said, it's not all fun and games. There's a lot of bells and whistles, and it sounds great. They automate everything. You would not have, you would literally just be like, I need an appointment for this or that. Boom, this agent would like literally call whoever you're trying to get a hold of or whatever job you're trying to do. Call them, schedule an appointment, all completely animated or automated. And then like one day the guy shows up and he's like, yeah, your agent scheduled me to be here at this time to do this job. Okay, that's great. So, um, it's a huge technology, and all this big money that's been getting thrown into it is going to make it rapidly evolve. Um, although the Chinese threw us a curveball with that DeepSeek thing. I think they said they did it with like 5 million or 500 million, and it basically performs as well as GPT-4o. I mean, like it's right on the same benchmarks. And it's kind of embarrassing for the United States to have just suddenly dropped all this money, so much money into the investment because they want to build an infrastructure throughout our country, of these AI like supercomputers, right? And but these things need so much energy. They got the green light to build nuclear power plants to power these things. So I can see like a whole bunch of little nuclear power plants just popping up all over the country. Strictly, and their only job is to serve these agents because they want everyone to use them. It's like almost you don't have a choice. It's crazy. Um, yeah, they've gotten the green light though for it. I mean, they're gonna take over jobs. Like I said, the Walmart cashier is done. Any kind of shit like that's gonna be done. And if you think you're a white collar job, like an accountant or some kind of financial advisor or stockbroker, these agents will be better than you. They're AI. They see every outcome possible. There's no way around it. It's just going to happen. You know, we're going to be using them for everything. Hundreds of thousands, if not up to millions of jobs are going to be replaced. And every job you can imagine. Remember when they put all those robotic arms in like the automotive factories? Yeah. So, and it's scary because it'll be used for to control everything from our power grids to medical diagnoses will be, from it. It's basically their selling point is they're going to cure cancer. That's what they say. I mean, I don't know if you saw the big thing at the White House with what's his nuts and all those people. Well, what's his name? The open AI guy. Shit, I can't remember his name right now. It'll come to me. But yeah, oh, we're gonna cure cancer. Oh, so yeah, let's drop $500 billion to build this infrastructure, and then the Chinese did it for like 5 million. Oh, how embarrassing! Oh, so embarrassing. You know, but maybe they could cure cancer. It's possible. These things are super intelligent. They run through every possibility that could be imagined. They think 50 steps ahead or 1,000 steps ahead. They're way ahead. In the way they operate. And they train each other. Now this is where it gets kind of like, I don't know, an AI training another AI. So basically, before the AIs were like, they would like do a dump of information in them initially, and basically the entirety of the internet, like in 2023 or something. So it's up to date to that point, and it has everything on it that's on the internet up until that point. But I mean, it's great. I do. I like chatbots. I haven't used an agent yet. I'm sure I will because I think everybody's gonna eventually. It's gonna be unavoidable, really. You know. But the whole AI training AI thing, you know, uh, that's different than being trained because they used to, like I said, they would get that dump and then they would know by people asking it and then hitting a thumbs up and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's good." They mark it in their little 1 or 0 or however they work and keep track of that. There's crazy people out there too that purposely mislead and do things like that. And these AIs are trained for sensitive materials. You can't ask it like explicit type stuff. It won't tell you. It'll be sorry, I can't talk about that right now, type of thing. But there's like, at this point right now, AI is so advanced from it training itself, not from us, that we can't open the hood and see what's going on in there, right? So if something went wrong, it's not like we can just open the hood and tweak a little something here, tweak a little something here, because we don't know what we'd be tweaking. It's just a jumbled cluster of craziness. We can't do it. So and it's only gonna get worse. I mean, not worse, better possibly. I don't know. But a few years ago, we used to be able to pop the hood and be like, "This is what it's thinking." Okay, I can see where it came up with that idea. But now it's day by day, it's increasingly getting harder to do that. You know, so what'll happen in, let's say, like 3 years, when it's even more sophisticated, that if a grid goes down and we can't read why it happened, then how can we figure out how to fix it if it's 100% controlled by some agent, right? You know, and then what's going to happen once we let this tech control everything for so long? We just don't know even the basics of it anymore because it's training itself and it just gets so smart. For example, remember that time we had before smartphones? You used to have to remember memory by memory. You have to know every number. My mom's number, my best friend's number, uh, tons of numbers. Your job's number, if you had to call it. You all in your mind, all in your head. Nowadays, you ask somebody for a number, they got to whip out their phone. They don't know. They just don't. It's going to continually progress in this matter, in my opinion. You know, And the whole GPS thing, how many people do you think can like accurately read a map nowadays? My guess is maybe two, 3 out of 10 could even align it to northwest, east, south, whatever. I just don't think it happened. It's an eye opening fact, and it shows the vulnerability. It shows our vulnerability that we could soon face in the near future. There was a show that I never personally watched it, but it was a big show. Like a lot of people watched it. It was a reality show. I never understood reality shows, but it was called Big Brother, and I guess it was about a house, and they got like a whole bunch of random people to live in it together, and they had cameras and microphones in every room and every nook and cranny. There was no safe space in that house or that property. It was like maybe an Epstein type of place, or Diddy, whatever. But you know, that's gonna soon become a reality. I mean, they already have those speeding ticket things, or like if you go through a stop sign, like you don't stop all the way, it'll like take a picture of your license plate, and then you get a ticket in the mail. Or if it catches you speeding, you get a ticket in the mail. This is just the beginning, man. It's just the beginning. The threat of using your privacy is limited as it already is, but on a scale which you have a smart toilet or something and you're in the bathroom, it's got a mic in it because it's a smart toilet. When you get up, you say flush. You don't have to push it. So therefore, there's a mic in it. Here's you in the bathroom, right? Kind of disturbing. It really is. But it's a scenario that's going to play out. There's going to be cameras and everywhere, and it will be Big Brother. There will be no privacy. Well, there will be for the folks that know better to not get these smart appliances, these smart gadgets, and stuff them all over their house. That's those people who resist. They'll still have privacy, but I'm sure they'll figure out a way to sneak. It's I don't know. Yeah, it's a scary threat to lose our privacy, but very soon in our future, I think we'll be monitored at all times. I bet you right now that, like I said, 8 out of 10 people probably can't read a map properly. So, like when the GPS goes out because the agents failed and we can't fix it, and the grid goes down and it's hell breaks loose. What? What are they going to declare martial law? And I have like a public safety officer on every freaking four-way, just like in the old days. Stop, go, stop, go. I don't know. But here's another thing to ponder. The completely autonomous agents are in control. What would happen if they do turn on us? Like they're studying all the data, and people are like, yeah, we got to save the planet. We got to save the planet. We got to stop this. We got to stop that. We got to save our planet. And the AI is beyond our control at this point, and says, "Ooh, the humans care about the planet. We need to take care of the planet. So what's the problem? The humans are the problem, right? That's where it turns scary. That's when Skynet happens. That's when the Terminators come out. Yeah, this is, I could see this in like 10 years. I don't think it'd even take that long at this point. The way they're dumping money in it and got the green light to build nuclear power plants. Jeez, you know. And the people who run these companies, Sam Altman, that's his name, the guy I couldn't remember earlier, the open AI guy, who now it's like closed AI all of a sudden. And then there's Musk with, I don't know if I trust Musk or not. I do not trust Sam Elliott. No, not Elliott, Sam Altman. I do not trust him. I do not trust really any of them. Musk is more transparent, I suppose you could say. So I trust him a little more. But all of them, all those places, I like Claude. Claude is pretty cool. Anthropic. I like Anthropic. They're pretty transparent too. But, we created this as a species. It just wasn't one man saying, I want to do this, because we all agreed to it by using it, fortunately. Um, Sucks, but just stay vigilant and be careful what you put on your phone. Be careful what appliances you put in your house. Be careful, like TVs especially. The ones that already got Hulu on them and all that stuff. Those smart TV, Roku's, all that. Just, if you are very serious about like avoiding the AI privacy domination thing, I would say do not get one of those. Get the plain base model that has nothing on it, and hopefully there's not some kind of AI built into it. Anyways, what are you gonna do? Uh, yeah, that's about all I got to say about the situation. It concerns me. I'm not the only one. I know that. I know there's other people very concerned about it. The fact that they dropped so much money into it, so much money, $500 billion. And what are we gonna do when all the accountant jobs are taken? All the IRS is now run by AI. Uh, all the power companies, all the companies that use like telephones to like for customer service, insurance. Like I said, even doctors, they want you to do that Project Stargate thing. That was the big selling point. It's it's gonna be a very curious next 5 years, 10 years to see what happens. I don't know, but you just need to be vigilant. Keep your eyes open. Stay safe. Be well. And stay off that damn grid as much as you can. Until next time, hey, if you stayed with me this long, I want you to hit that like button, please, and subscribe. And I'll come out with some more random videos. This is just one that popped in my mind today. I thought that people that may not understand what these agents are, and the difference between, I don't think they understand like the difference between a chat bot and an AI agent. Different ball games, totally. Agents are going to control the world. They could even be our government because they wouldn't have bias. Could you imagine a criminal court run by an AI agent judge? Would it be fair? I mean, it would look at everything. And if you were guilty, hey, you'd be found guilty. I guess it would be good for the innocent. But stay innocent. Let's just do that. Let's just keep our noses clean and stay on top of stuff and pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you, and you'll see. So, with that, I bid you farewell. And please subscribe and like. I'd really appreciate that. So, love you guys. Take care.